It's just nobody, nobody could imagine. Like, nobody could imagine. And Asia is a lot different, though. There's police brutality and people protest and people spread the truth, and there's a lot of police brutality over there, but different reasons, though. But once again, it's the same narrative. The police supposed to catch the bad guys, not harm the innocent. They're twisted, they're backwards, and they do not care. Because the system keep letting these people free, they're going to keep on doing it. So you let people keep on doing it, guess what? There are going to be more stories about people in a uniform doing heinous acts. And you wonder why people just don't trust the police. It's just not just the black people don't trust the police. Hell, it's almost like the whole damn globe don't trust the police. Or the police will trust a criminal real quick, then they will trust an innocent person. Which is very sad. Which is very, very sad. But it's very, very true. How society wants to pay attention on the money and their status. And it's very sad. But back to being black. I also listen to a lot of different black YouTubers, and I listen to a majority of different types of YouTubers. And they all say one thing, that, a lot of different race, they go to the hip-hop world, and they want to be black in the culture, but not being black in the movement of issues, of black issues and stuff like that. I comment a couple things about this. One of them is that, tell you the truth, it would backburn them. It would backburn them real quick. I tell you why. Whenever I see somebody a different color to jump in the hip-hop and rap scene, I laugh. Because I say, how long is going to take until they get burnt? And when they get burnt, I'm not shocked and surprised. Black people, this generation is like, enough is enough. We're not going to let people keep using us for money. Because that's what most people do for black people. They keep using us for money. And it's messed up. But as long as you got certain black people who think they will be in the good graces of another race, this problem will never go away. And I think the thing is why people don't want to be in like black issues. Maybe there's two reasons. One, it could be possibility they might not know much, or two, it could be a possibility they don't want to say much or whatever. Which is kind of funny because, to be honest with you, if you're going to be in the black culture, then you better understand a lot of the black people's history and their struggles and their problems. But let's just say a white rapper will come in hip-hop and say, well, I'm not gonna touch that because I'm not black. Well, you're touching it because you're in hip-hop. I laugh at people who, say, well, I got black friends. That's getting real old, too. So what, you got black friends? That doesn't mean you are friends, too. We don't know from a can of paint. It's just funny how the world reacts to that. And basically what black people are saying, if you're going to be in our community, especially in the music, then you better be all the way in with our issues and problems. Yes, we are soulful, funky, we're fun, we're real, we're just out here having a great time, but when it comes to serious time, you better come with us with a serious moment. But see, that's when people ran off. that's when people start disappearing because they're like, well, no, this is too much for me. But then when black people finish it, settle it, fight for it, and win, then people start jumping back into black culture, if you see what I'm saying right here. And that's why black people are very harsh on anybody jumping in the community now. Because it's like, enough is enough. We're tired of being this type of people. You can just jump in and then toss us like we're trash. Trust me, when you try to come back in the black community, you're not going to get a warm welcome at all. You're just not. Then same thing with colorism. I think it's very sad that, colorism came back in slavery time, where the prejudiced white people let the light-skinned slaves stay in the house and the dark-skinned slaves stay in the field. That was that colorism came from. It came from slavery. And it's very sad till 2019, it's still affecting the black community. I'm glad that black people are all different colors, including white skin, because there have been black people who are just pure white looking, but they're not. They're black, but they're just very, very looking like a white person. My aunt, she's black, but she looks like a white woman. Not fully instant, but you know what I mean. Let's just say, example, that there was a group of women, white women, were talking to her, and they were just expressing how they feel about their job and stuff like that. And they had no idea that she was black because her skin was so white. They thought she was a white woman. But my aunt, she was just sitting there smiling ear to ear, listening to how they really felt about the job. And I'm not going too many details about it, but let's just say they were talking bad about black children. But they had no idea my aunt is black. is black. But that happens every single day. Because most people always make fun of that white people can't tell a mixed race. They think once they see a skin color, they think that's it. Everybody's mixed, including white people. Prejudiced white people can try to deny it, but everybody's mixed with so many race. It's unbelievable. If you want to be real scientific, deep in it, our DNA has so many people around the globe, it's ridiculous. You're not just 1, 2, 3 DNA. You're a whole bunch of stuff in you, So I wish people would talk more and more about that. That our DNA say a lot. Yeah, your skin color tone say one thing, but your blood and everything else say another. I was watching a video about, if you remember back in the day, there was this clothing line called Baby Fat. And the lady who invented, I forgot her name, I think it was Kim something, and her daughter was talking about how she was bullied in school with the white kids in it. And she asked a very good question, and she should never took it down. I wish people would never be afraid to speak in their hearts, in their minds, because even when I'm speaking about this, if I get backlash, I stand by my word, every word that I say, because it comes from the heart and it's coming from my mind. But she was saying that she wondered, does white girls know they have white privilege? Do they even recognize that the only reason why they got that job, the scholarship, and everything else is based on their color skin and not their achievements? Now, most people say she shouldn't think like that and she should just work about the black community, but that is a very good question. Most older black people will say, well, of course, most of them know that. But to be fair, a lot of white people don't see that. A lot of white people don't see that the color of their skin will give them to beyond access ability to get to a job, get to a career, get that house or an apartment. A lot of white people felt like they work hard. Their ancestors work hard. Their mother and fathers work hard. They put their sweat and blood and tears just to get them to college and all this kind of stuff, which is all very true. However, sometimes, you must have think. But to be fair, they probably didn't think like that because they grew up in a family household that busts their butt every single day to get to the American dream. Now, to the rest of us, it's the same exact concept. However, there was obstacles, there were boundaries, there was a journey you had to get to success. It wasn't easy gliding. Now, that depends on the white person, where they came from, and all that kind of stuff, the environment. Because even I know white people go through a hell of a lot of struggle. Well, let's just talk about modern day. There's a lot of white people who have gone a lot of struggle. There's a lot of white people who are fighting for their rights and equal. Now, most people say, Jackson, this has got to be a joke, because what are they fighting for? Oh, trust me, they're fighting. They're fighting with each other because you got the prejudiced ones out here sticking with the 1800th century, but you got the real white people out here who is trying to open up a lot of discussion about race, a lot about what's going on in the environment. They're speaking about history, what's going on. They're trying their best to restore the damage that their ancestors had done to people all over the world, and trying to open up and make other white people to understand, hey, we gotta wake up. Our ancestors have messed up big time, but we don't have to be like our ancestors. We can be the opposite of our ancestors. Let's be the opposite. Come on, let's join in with the rest of the world, because we already know our ancestors messed up huge of everybody. They just mess up everybody. But they're like, our prejudiced white people are still carrying that flag. Like, yes, we want to continue being prejudiced. Yes, we want to continue being racist. And the other real white people are sitting here like, no. We're not like that anymore. This is 2019. We need to get together and work as a team. And we have so much knowledge. And we have so many speakers of the African American community, the Asian community, the Muslim community. We have so many people that are organized and speaking about their community, their culture, their issues, the economics, and all this stuff. You got so many intelligent people and all over the world that speaks about what's going on in the community. Why are you sitting here listening to a dope head who is stuck in the 1800s still talking about something that we already know? One, it was an idea of somebody's head with all these stupid stereotypes. Two, it was somebody jealousy and envy because these people kept on pushing. These people keep on climbing to the success level that they never thought they would. You're still sticking to a history that needs to be wiped away and come to a clean slate. That's the battle between white people right now. And I'll come back with another part.